Um, I felt like early we kind of allowed them to get us out of the things that we do, and and whether that was nerves or whether it was what they were doing, in the first half, I didn't feel like we were us. In the second half, we came out, we regrouped at halftime. We came out after the half and cut it, I think, to two right there real quick in about 2 minutes. Um, and then they made a little bit of a run right back. I think we missed a layup and they hit a three. That was a big turning point in the game. And then we were playing catch up from that point on. And they, obviously they have great guards. Five's a great player, and their other guards are better than advertised. And they were basically playing keep away from us, and they did a good job of taking care of the basketball.
You've made your hay on often out rebounding the other team all season. Today you get out rebounded 32-19. Just what did Overton do to make hitting the boards really tough for you?
Well, their big was kind of was a hard matchup for us. They missed some and got some putbacks that we should have gotten. We missed some assignments, and our thing is, it's been our thing all year. When we out rebound people, when we're +5 to +8 on the rebounding side, we win every game. When we don't, then that's been a big thing for us. That's been a key to our success. And today, unfortunately, that kind of deserted us a little bit.
Coach, how will you remember
I'm sorry?
How will you remember this year's team or this season?
I just talked to my seniors. I'm get emotional with you here. My 4 seniors, Hayden Smith being one of them, Tucker Monroe, Davion Evans, and Caden Hester, are the very best leaders that I've ever coached. This guy over here, when I first got him, he bristled at accepting a responsibility role, and he's grown into it. And I'm so proud of him. And the other guys, Caden Hester was a leader for me from the day I walked through the door. Tucker Monroe leads by example, probably the hardest worker that I've ever been around. And Dave Evans plays as hard as he can play every second of every game, of every practice. And those guys have set the bar for our program, and they set the standard. When I got here, everybody said, Coach, you can't beat Cleveland. You can't beat Walker Valley. You can't beat Bradley. You can't win the district. You can't win the region. All these things we can't do. They told me all those things we can't do. Well, guess what? We did. We've done them all, so we can. And these guys, our seniors, have established McMinn County as, in my opinion, the gold standard in our district, in our region. And that's my opinion, and that's debatable with some people, but we'll debate it all day. And this is probably the most connected group of young men that I've ever coached. You can look at our scoring it's night in, night out. It's 13, 14, 13, 12, 11. One night this guy has 32. Everybody in the room's happy. We win. Next night, he has 18 and he has 5. We win. Everybody's happy. I promise you, I have never coached a team that not one guy was selfish, because I've always had 1 or 2 guys that, okay, I scored 32, I should score 30 again. I've always had 1 or 2 guys, I'm not getting that done. But these guys they play for each other. They play for me. They play for our community. What they don't understand, what I've just told them, and our media folks here, I think will agree with this, they brought our school together, they brought our city together, and they brought our county together. And as evidenced by our crowds, the last 2 or 3 games, we've had 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000 people at games. People that haven't been to games in 20 years are coming back. People that have never been to a game ever are there. And those seniors and this team has set that standard. And now with the rest of these guys, the little guys, young guys coming in, everybody coming in, every game, after a game, we'll allow our Little League people come in, anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 years old. We'll have 30 at one time. When we come in right here, they're all in the huddle with us, because they want to be those guys now. They didn't, when I got here, they really could care less about those guys, but now they want to be those guys. So this team, without question, is the most, in 32 years, is my favorite team that I've ever coached, without question. And I will always remember that. set a school record for wins this year in 27, most ever. 50 in 2 years, most ever. District, region, district regular season, sub-state, all in 1 year, first time ever. So, this team has made a historic run, and I'm glad they let me go on the ride with them.
And just what do you believe or what do you hope is the legacy that y'all have left as you graduate from this program?
I just want to say it was a blessing, but I hope it just continues to keep going and going and going, because I'm going to be around, so I'm going to be coming to the game, supporting. Love Coach Casey, and what he said was, we're really close. Like, everybody on that team is my brother for real, so.
Yeah. And then Reese, you being a sophomore, you'll be back here the next 2 years. You lose 4 really good seniors ahead of you, and just knowing that, just how do you plan to come into this season, come into the following season? How do you plan to come into that going forward?
The first thing is all 4 of these seniors have left, in my opinion, is probably going to be the most, not only connected as we are, but they've really showed me, and I can name me, Trent, Will Benton, Brady Mullins, all those guys. Now we know what a winning team through just being connected looks like. And so that's what I think the most important thing that they've left. And but I have complete faith that we'll be right back here next year. There's not a doubt in my mind that we'll be right back here next year with the guys that we got coming up. They're just as good, and I think they can fill just as the roles as the 4 seniors that we got right now can. So,
Hayden, how much did you feel like an underdog coming into this game? I know Memphis Overton hasn't been here, but they're still a Memphis team, and I'm sure everybody thought that they were just going to roll over you guys, and y'all were right there with them athletically, and as Coach said, cut it to 2 or 4 there close in the second half.
We didn't really feel like the underdogs, because we always been the underdogs. So when we take over, it's nobody in the court, but they got us tonight, but we never really felt like an underdog really, because we're coming in with the dogs. You're gonna have to show us, but they showed us tonight, so that's really it.